Hello, welcome to another episode of New Gameplay Today. I'm your host, Jeff Gort. Hey, quiet you. Joined today by Joe Juba.
Hello, I am the man who plays the Outer Worlds.
There you go. Leo Vader.
I'm the man who insists we make videos about it.
And speaking of the Outer Worlds, Joe, what are we looking at here, buddy?
Well, this is Fallout New Vegas, but no. No, this is the Outer Worlds.
More jokes.
Keep those zingers coming.
Wow.
No, this is the Outer Worlds. This was, which we've done a new gameplay session on before.
Right.
Of similar length.
Uh-huh. All right, and focus?
Well, no, so this is different stuff.
Okay.
But this is basically just the raw capture of me playing this game for about 40 minutes. This is taken from when I was at Tokyo Game Show.
Okay.
Which, I'll be honest, I was not expecting to play the Outer Worlds at Tokyo Game Show.
Life catches you by surprise, doesn't it?
But this is stuff that we have not seen before.
Okay.
That was my ally,
So you
Lieutenant
level
Mercer.
up by killing your ally at your mission giver.
Yeah. So this playthrough, more jokes.
So congrats.
This playthrough I decided to do a little different. I had seen, this is some content, not all of it, but some of it I had played before, but wasn't able to record at the previous session that I had.
Okay.
So I wanted to do something a little different this time. So I decided I was just going to go all melee. So I don't even think I used a single gun in any of this.
Okay.
Pacifist run then.
So all melee, but instead of pacifism, it's a lot more psychotic. I think
Brutalism.
I don't kill everyone,
However.
but I kill most people I see.
Interesting that you put points in stealth. Because usually I associate a melee only dum-dum build with like just all
Tanking.
strength. Yeah.
Oh, also, you say dum-dum. That's another good point. This is a dumb character.
Oh,
like,
cool.
Like it has insufficient intelligence to which just opens up like some funny character options.
You got
sometimes.
a real bad case of Bethesda face going on over there too.
Yeah,
That
this
is
Just wanna
not
point that
good.
out.
This was randomly generated, actually.
Yeah.
Are you like a vampire?
I don't.
Or
yeah,
something?
let's say sure. That's headcanon now.
Okay, great.
This is my vampire who does not bite, but instead smacks with a cudgel.
We
Okay.
are role playing now.
Yeah, so I just gave myself a perk. So when you level up, in addition to skill points, you also have these perks that give you, special additional bonuses. So I killed the two people who were supposed to help me kill these marauders. So now I'm just going to kill the marauders myself.
Okay.
This is the...
Yeah, they were trying to steal your kills. That was annoying.
Yeah. This is why I put points into stealth.
Oh.
Did I miss where their body went, or is their body not a thing anymore?
It just vaporized.
It might have... It
Let's
might
see.
still be there.
I suspect
see
we'll
again.
see it get another chance.
No! Oh, no!
Humiliating. Because if you're trying to play stealthy and you
Oh, no,
just
there's
turn
the
their
body.
bones to mush.
There
Oh,
it
okay.
is.
Oh, you've
I
tripled
did-
your chance of it being discovered.
Do you know if you can drag bodies?
You can't.
Okay.
Wait, oh...
Because you could kind of do it in the Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah, I don't think you can. So this is your ship. That it's called the Unreliable. This is kind of like in Mass Effect terms, this is your Normandy.
Or if in English, just your spaceship.
Well,
I think
yeah,
would
but I mean,
suffice.
I'm more trying to draw a connection between the player, the character, and the ship, and the significance it has.
In World War II terms, it's like the ship you take to Normandy.
Okay.
Oh, okay, you guys are great.
It's like your car, Leo. Or in your
Oh.
case, your bicycle.
But for the air. That's cool.
So this is kind of funny. This is your first encounter.
This is Game Informer, actually.
Oh, wow. So,
Yes.
Ada here. More jokes. Ada is the ship's AI. She's programmed to only answer to Captain Hawthorne.
Okay.
But Captain Hawthorne is dead. So now, essentially, well, we'll see what happens here in the dialogue.
Accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
So this is main story stuff?
Yeah.
We're giving it the respect that it...
I deduce
Well, I mean,
you
it is-
your but
I
Captain
like this.
Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location.
So you're lying to an AI. Very interesting.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
I lie to AI all the time.
Excellent.
Yep.
Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne.
Whenever I ask Siri anything, it's like,
Unfortunately, our
guys,
engine
quiet
is
down. I
currently
gotta
not
ask Siri
operating.
something.
Our main drive suffered a critical
How do we get to the
power
club,
failure, and
Siri?
we were forced to make
You
an
know?
emergency
So
landing.
I don't know. I like that little exchange where it's like, okay, look,
Irreparably damaged.
if I'm gonna help you, you have to be Captain Hawthorne here. So what we need is a power regulator to get the ship. Like none of the ship's doors will work or open right now.
Right.
So
It's like the pedals on your bicycle, Leo.
Oh, thank you.
it's like it's like the power regulator.
So bicycle.
Yeah. Well, or would a human be a power regulator on a bicycle?
I'll allow it.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like you have to get another person to put on a hamster wheel inside this ship.
I get it.
Okay, good. So it's a power regulator. So that sort of sends us out into the world again to explore some towns and talk to some people to see how we can actually get this thing. I wanted to
explore a little bit.
Well, I wanted to take a tour of the ship, but then I was just like, she tells me this, like, oh, great, okay, everything's locked. That's like the game saying, look, dummy, don't go walking around yet.
Yeah.
And then I forgot where the stairs were.
Oh, no.
So
You're really role playing this character, aren't you? Kudos.
a real dummy.
Where the stairs were.
I'll be with you, friend. I'm Ernie from the Spacer's Choice
So,
Department of Human Resources.
This is kind of funny
Town sent
in
me
that
about
actually
you.
It's Game of Thrones.
dang it.
You can't keep setting me up
I
like
mean-
that, dude. I'm gonna hit home runs every time.
Home run derby over here. What's interesting is I was told that Ernest here does not show up
Cool your thrusters, friend.
if
Just
those
out
other
here
two
doing my
characters
trade.
survive.
Having a
Okay.
little
Like
tag
he's
and
basically
work, follow
Spacer's
the
Choice
orders.
HR,
Better get
Right.
cleaning up.
and he's here to clean up these bodies and like check on the guards and clean up, tag and clean up the bodies that were left. So if Lieutenant Mercer and
Oh,
Kimball there
right.
had survived,
well, we do need
Then
all
he
the
wouldn't
help
even
we
be
got,
here.
what with folks
Can you kill him?
water dropping off like
Well,
60
Not get ahead of ourselves.
I mean, he seems like an affable gentleman. He's got nothing against me. He's not even like judgmental about the fact that I mean, I'm carrying a bloody cudgel on my back, and he's looking at, pulped up bodies.
He's so
Big cudgels
dirty.
bodies.
Why is he so dirty?
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
He's in the spacey wilderness.
Just immediately.
So this is a criminal activity.
Yeah. All right, buddy, had some loot.
So is he dead?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Dead.
You didn't check his pulse.
No, he's taking a nap, Leo. Yeah. So now we're gonna head towards. The idea is we're heading towards Edgewater, which is the settlement in this area, to talk to the people in charge there and see what we can do about that power regulator. But there are some mercenaries along the way. I really like the way melee feels in this, and I feel like
Well, you just can't stop doing it.
Well,
apparently.
part of what makes me, I wonder, I am curious to see how well the whole game supports it, right?
Sure. If it's viable the whole way through.
Yeah, because I really like it, and I hope it is. But I got into, we'll see some parts later in this demo where, you can't just one-shot murder every single thing you see.
Yeah, of course not.
So these geologists, is that what's going on here?
They're marauder geologists. I mean, this guy's a marauder. He's a marauder vandal. You can't feel too bad about taking down marauder vandal.
It's a common name on this planet.
No marauder shields that I saw. So Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm curious to see because I really like that stealthy one-shot takedown thing.
Yeah.
But it seems pretty clear that there are going to be at least some points where the stealthy option is not necessarily combat. It's something else. So we'll see how it all goes.
We've seen this city in trailers, certainly. Have we seen it in gameplay before?
I don't know. I don't think so. It's possible. Oh, so
Very
you can tell I've got some plans about how I'm going to engage with these people in front of the town.
A few ideas.
A guy named Silas.
Where'd you come from?
What are you going to do with that cudgel?
Lining up the perfect shot.
All right.
Oh, back into stealth.
It says the reputation decreases. It seems like this would be increasing your reputation among this faction. Like
just a negative
the
reputation.
stratosphere. They're like, you're well known now, I would assume.
Yeah, you're that cudgel guy.
All
The
right.
cudgeler.
Cudgeler. Oh,
So this is where I start to show a little restraint after this. In that,
all right. So you can skip ahead. We'll put timestamps. No, we won't do that.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
no, I was not confident in the city of Edgewater. I was not confident that I could murder everyone and get away with it.
Okay.
You know, like I didn't think I'd survive the aftermath. So I start to be a little more measured in my interactions in here.
Because you have been playing this far like a real Moriarty type, a real cerebral killer, like getting away with it.
Yeah.
Perfect crime.
100 steps ahead.
What's my next move? I think it involves this cudgel.
I'm playing 4-dimensional chess with a cudgel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really like the art style that they have in these loading screens.
Yes. Me too. I liked it first. I like it more.
I hope it never ends. I want it to load forever. Here we go.
The Big Apple. Here we are.
Here's a nice tour of some.
Nice E3 walk.
Yeah.
You can tell that you're kind of thinking about doing it, but at the same time you're like,
That's exactly what's going on in my head. I'm like, are there guards around? Is this guy a named? No, he's not named.
cube
Okay.
of trash, is that going to come alive and kill me?
But, well, and the other thing is that, I mean, I was thinking ahead in terms of this might be a video we want to put on the site. And
Yeah.
it's not fun to just, like, die again and again as you,
Right.
I don't
like,
know you.
kill unnamed NPCs.
Right.
So
Yeah. I don't
No,
know.
you can. Spacer's choice.
I was really weighing my options when it comes
I
to
don't know what you're
cudgeling
about.
Amelia Kim
This
here too,
is a
but
Spacer's Choice drinking establishment.
she's doing her job.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I'm
Not-
like Ernie and Silas?
Yeah, see those guys, they had a they had a weird look about them.
No,
Okay.
I'm contractually
Do
obligated.
you think this
to
is
serve
fine?
you.
She's like Rudolph.
Not gonna be too bad about it.
She's probably doing,
If you're gonna have a
tasting
drink,
the wares.
I'd like to
Okay.
ask that you do it
She's a
within the
bartender.
premises.
No, I was just pretty sure that if I attacked her, all those guards and everyone in the bar would just turn against me, and I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Foiled, fatally.
Coming right
but-
up.
So hey, if you're curious about how selling items works in the game, this is it. We're selling some items.
Okay. For currency?
Yes.
So then the item goes away, but then you get currency.
Yeah,
Very
which can
cool.
then be spent on other items that you wanted more.
All right.
So that's one tip for the
Yeah.
tips
Yep.
article.
I also noticed during this process that, I have some armor and equipment that I have not equipped yet.
So there's no third person, right?
Correct.
And so when do you see your person? If ever. In the menu, obviously.
On the menu screen, I think is the only time that I saw the character.
Does it ever zoom out for a big kill like VATS? Show it from a different angle?
Not that I saw.
Maybe you didn't do a big enough kill.
But I've seen stuff like that for your party members.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know if it happens with the hero itself.
I guess you'd be in the background of those.
Yeah. Possibly, yep.
Interesting.
So here I'm trying to see if there's maybe someone in the bathroom I can cudgel undetected. And there wasn't, but I can...
Too bad.
but I mean, there's stuff to loot.
And those like have little red icons because you're stealing, right?
Yes, exactly.
So it's interesting you resisted the urge to flush the toilet. Isn't that something you do in an open world? You better wait.
Oh,
Nope.
I wouldn't say resisted the urge. I would say failed your journalistic duty.
Exactly.
To investigate whether or not a toilet can be flushed.
And
Yeah.
the quality of it. If you can urinate into it.
I just now noticed that person leaning against the wall.
Yep.
If I'd noticed that then, I might have cudgeled.
Yeah, ripe for smashing.
Yeah.
Do you know for stealing stuff like that, do you have to sell it to a fence or whatever, like in some games like this?
That's a good question. I don't know that.
Okay.
I wish I would have tried to sell items immediately after stealing instead of right before, and then we could have that answer.
Right.
But,
Hindsight.
however, I will say all answers to questions you have about this game will be answered, will be out there relatively soon.
Yeah, when the
'Cause-
game releases?
Yeah, it comes out on October 25th, so it's not that far away now, like about a month away.
That's great.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir.
Yep, here we go.
Let's do this.
So, Reed Thompson is the guy in charge. You can tell that I had big plans and then it interrupts me with dialogue.
I do apologize.
It's like he caught you in the middle of doing
Yeah.
it. You embarrassingly
Yeah.
stopped.
I like it's like, look, come on, you psychopath. At least just listen to the story setup here and then figure it.
That's so funny.
You got your club over your head right now, and you're now awkwardly scratching your back with it.
But she's just
This is so perfect for your dumb melee character.
An
amazing moment.
The funny thing is, I bet if I had a gun, I could have just shot him from afar and it could have, maybe I wouldn't have to sit through this conversation. But
Yeah.
Crazy.
There'd just be a bullet hovering in front of his face while he's talking.
Now, what can I do for you?
Must be the town
Reed
boss.
Thompson, outposted
That
minister.
did not have the dumb flag
Yeah, I
in
was
front
just
of it.
thinking.
However,
You kind of the boss of the town.
I'm trying to find the conversation options here that will get me out of conversation the soonest.
It's been a few seasons since we've had.
Oh, but I also want, so the person he was talking to there, Parvati, is your first party member.
hooked up to the town.
So yeah, she can join up. So I also didn't want to make her mad.
I beg your pardon.
I did want her to
I'm
join
most
my party,
undoubtedly
so.
not keen on
Wait,
any
so you
such
don't smash this guy?
I can't let you
Well,
have our
not-
power regulator. But
Well, you'll see.
I happen to have
okay.
another
that sounds like a
plan,
yes.
And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it.
I don't wanna get
without
my hopes up.
frying yourself in the process.
There's a good dumb conversation option that happens in the
My
aftermath
proposition
too.
benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered.
So his basic
Go
deal
down
here
the
is that
geothermal plant.
there's a
Real
power regulator in
chemical district.
Edgewater, and there's a power
Once the
regulator
power's shut
at this
down,
botanical
we have that
lab.
regulator.
Okay.
So what he wants me to do is go to this geothermal plant and reroute power away from the botanical lab.
You're the
So then
first
I can go
stranger
take their
to
power
wander into
regulator.
town in an age.
But then
Scripture
they
tells
lose
us
that food source in the
nothing
process, though,
happens
right?
Well, but yeah, I mean, but then the people who are in the botanical lab lose their power, which is also what he wants. He wants them to
I do
come
not
and
attend the good
they're like
vicar's
they deserted
sermons
their
as
jobs.
often as I should.
So
Yeah.
he wants
I am a
them to
scientist,
come back
born and raised.
and start working for him
And
again.
my
So then
faith
when you
tells
do
me
that, does that
hard
affect
work
certain
and
factions'
difficulty
rep?
fortify our spirit.
Well,
Your rep
if
with them?
if you
This is
do
hard
that,
work, I ask.
because what we'll
there is
find
a
out
reward
in a
at
little
the end.
bit is that we can go talk to the person in the botanical lab, and she'll be like, "Hey, what you should do is reroute power away from Edgewater and take their power regulator instead."
Most of the van is now abandoned.
The
All
idea
that
being
power is
this
going to
like
waste.
Edgewater is controlled by Spacer's Choice, controlled by this like big corporate interest. So it's a way to sort of free the people here from servitude,
I'm afraid I
essentially.
can't spare the workers. We're strapped for bodies as it is.
This guy does not want to let you out of this conversation.
No, he really doesn't. I was
Element of
really,
personal
I was
danger.
waiting for it. And this time, in the last
appreciate
video,
your
I really
time.
skipped through conversation a
You
lot.
deserve
I let
our
everyone
respect,
talk this
so
time.
I will
And it's paying off now.
Yeah.
I was not entirely sure. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but
I think all the Reed Thompson fans out there are like, this is what I live for.
Yeah. It's like there's They're wearing their bowler hats as they're watching this NGT right now.
Putting on their third shirts in solidarity.
When they saw you rear back with the cudgel, they screamed. They're screaming.
And then they sighed relief when I was interrupted. Oh, good. Reed Thompson, he is saved.
He'll smooth talk his way out of this situation.
He is definitely not going to be cudgeled to death.
That's the Thompson I know.
Yeah.
It's interesting the restraint here that they did not give this character a mustache. Seems like a real mustache candidate, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Or at least,
There's a little shadow there of it.
or like mutton chops.
Something.
Yeah.
My
Anything.
dad told me all about the
Please.
Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
I want to know who says no to this kind of thing in games. Like when offered a party member who's like, no, I don't want this party member who has a whole storyline and quests and special abilities that I
I'm
could
glad to hear
explore.
that.
It's me.
Best of luck to you. And thank you again for
It's
your
me.
help.
You found him.
Yeah.
You do that?
I know. When I have the option, I generally don't take companions in like New Vegas and stuff.
But he has
like
a
that.
strict no girls allowed policy too, which I think is very controversial.
It's because it's the drama, between me and my wife. It's like people start rumors.
I understand.
Yeah, you understand.
Okay, so now I'm putting away the classic cudgel,
And equipping.
getting my sword out.
Okay.
Oh, there we
Okay.
go. He's like, now I don't want to have to sit through that
Oh,
conversation
sweet
again.
Lord, thank you for thinking of us.
Yeah.
'Cause I barely wanted to sit through the conversation the first time.
Okay, so now I'll pull up the weapon wheel. If you press Y, you cycle through. If you tap it, you cycle, and if you hold, it brings up the wheel. Like, I love how I'm clearly thinking about murder here.
What? So what made them go aggro there?
Oh, what you can't see, I ordered Parvati to attack.
Okay.
She's like, well, I did just beat you, so.
You just killed him. Mr. Thompson. Reed Thompson, my boss. I can't. I need to leave. I need to get away from here. I need to get away from you.
Jeez.
You can't help yourself, huh? Took a couple knocks, I get it. Let's just move on. I couldn't forgive myself for letting you loose upon the veil unsupervised.
That is such a funny story.
So I killed her boss, and she
You cut off all their arms and legs and heads.
yeah. But just for fear of an idiot psychopath running around the veil, she's like, I better stick around.
That is hilarious. God, that's good.
You guys have real twisted senses of humor.
Sorry.
So the folks at Obsidian have said that it's basically possible. It is possible to kill everyone in the game and still finish it. You're obviously robbing yourself of some degree of content when you do that. There are side quests and stuff.
Some degree of content by killing everyone. Okay, Joe.
I think all I mean to say is that mechanically you can get through the game's main story. Like they have workarounds, so if you kill quest characters like Reed Thompson, there are other ways, you will still get steered towards your objectives in a way that will take you through the story.
That is incredible commitment to make that happen. I feel like they're not even obligated to do that. Like, I'd be fine if you just had to start a new game if you keep killing everybody who has anything to do with the story.
Well, like the
Yeah. Huh?
the creative directors behind the game were on Fallout 1 and 2, and I think that was a thing in both of those games also. Maybe not everyone, but almost practically everyone. They just want to I think it boils down to the idea of wanting to accommodate all kinds of play styles and and all kinds of choices, right?
It's very impressive and cool. Don't get me wrong.
I was like, oh, maybe they didn't detect me. or like maybe they're not mad at me. I missed the stuff in the side before when
Oh,
it was
they're
like
angry.
Well, not only angry, it's like Spacer's choice is repulsed. Like, okay.
Do you know if that's the lowest?
I can't imagine it gets much lower than that.
Yeah.
But I did not check it out. So yeah, I'll have a hard time going back to Edgewater probably.
Mm-hmm. But you've played your way, and they can't take that from you.
I did it my way.
Comes now the power.
So the funny thing here is that I'm going to do what I would have done anyway, right? If I had left Reed alive, he wanted me to go talk to Adelaide and see if try and convince them to the people at the botanical lab to try and convince them to come back. But
So when you do stealth attacks, it's a damage bonus, right?
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Should be. Any game I know of.
Well, and then you also just get that sweet setup for the big heavy attack wind up too, which I like.
Right. And it seems like Parvati couldn't have given you away in that situation.
Right. So when you stealth, you see her or you hear her going sort of shh to sort of like indicate like, yep, I read you. I'm also sneaking. Yeah. I don't think. I mean, I guess I don't specifically know the answer to this question, but I can't think of a modern game.
Yeah.
Like on the level, like you know, a AAA modern game or AA or whatever they want to call this that
hasn't thought of that.
Yeah,
how terrible it would be.
Yeah, that has companions just able to blow your stealth.
Yeah.
Because they're terrible.
People would rather have it be like immersion breaking than take you out of it.
Isn't climbing a hill like that the most satisfying thing when you feel like you get away with something? We're like, I saved 20 feet of walking.
Yeah, and you can tell I did the old Skyrim trick too, where
The
you
diagonal and the backwards?
Yeah, and you try and go backwards,
Yep.
and yeah, none of it worked, so I had to go around the right way. But
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
You're going to let her live, right? Seems like you too.
you know
I'm
what?
strangers
I actually
wandering
am.
into
Oh.
my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another.
I get a little less.
You wanna
Maniacal
try
at
standing
this point.
outside and they leave you in your sight
also-
Your
for
character's
the next
matured.
Marauder raid?
Also, because I was just a little,
No, I'm
I was
sorry.
curious about how this part
I
of the
was
story
unworthy.
goes, because I'd
Maybe
done it the
named
right
Zoe
way
went missing
before.
some nights ago.
So,
Just up and vanished
you know,
without
like
a trace.
when I played this
Now
this
I'm
section
messing around
when it
wondering
wasn't
if
recorded the
Marauders
first
got
time,
to him.
I like did what Reed wanted me to do, and I didn't kill him and all that. So it's like
not like
this is
Zoe
the
go
first time
on.
I'm seeing this stuff.
Figured she might
So
be out
I'm kind
scavenging.
of curious about what it
That ain't
actually is, and I
exactly
didn't
her
want
talent.
everyone to just try and kill me right out of
Can't
the gate.
imagine where she's
Right.
gone. Hills
If it
and
makes you feel any
wildlands.
better,
She could be anywhere.
so there's a point where this recording is going to end. Is like a decision point in the story. So when I got there, the Obsidian people stepped in and it's like, okay, we have to stop your recording here. We don't want people to see what happens next. So they stepped in and did that, and I was like, well, can I at least keep playing? And while you know you're, even if I don't do that stuff, and they're like, okay, yeah, you can do that while your like video is exporting or whatever. So then I did come back here and kill all these people.
Oh, good.
So you won't see it in the video, but rest assured, I did chop them up.
That is such a relief. So what's different here versus when you left Thompson alive?
Well, when I left Thompson alive, I didn't actually come and talk to these people. I just went straight to the geothermal plant, I think, and did the stuff in there. So like I'd never met these people before.
Who's asking? My flock likes to call me grandmother on account of my providing hot soup and free advice. You can call me Adelaide, though.
Hot soup and free
Excuse
advice.
me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout.
I think they call her grandmother because she's
Thomas
old.
speaks of you often.
That could be part of it. And she talks things like, or she says
You
things
should
like,
try some of my
Young
tobacco
sprout.
tea.
yeah, calls people a
I
sprout.
bred it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Though it is kind of hard to see, like, you want to, on one hand, you want to give players choices that aren't just like, oh, this is the good choice and the evil choice.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like, it's hard to not see kindly botanical grandma as the good choice and
Yeah.
bowler hat wearing town boss as the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
You should divert power away
So you
from
did do the
this
right thing
water
here.
and toward our end
Morally.
of the grid.
Well,
Think about it.
until I came back and chopped them all up, I guess.
See, that's the area of gray we're talking about.
Why not
You have a
both?
layered
Seems
character.
the sort of thing a hero would do.
People love an anti-hero. You know,
Cannery's
Walter
got a
White.
regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be.
Oh, come on. Just go. Just go.
Come on, Joe.
There we go.
Trust you will listen to your conscience.
And I think I talked to some boring guy about a side quest up here, too.
Oh, good. We got that to look forward to.
I
You're supposed to sell it.
guess, well,
Well, check this lore out.
We talked to a cool guy.
There you go.
do I flush? It didn't give me the option.
Well, you didn't fully explore it.
Yeah.
I didn't
You
get
didn't
close
crouch
enough.
and put your face in it. Come on.
Yeah, you didn't check if there was a perk for it. Maybe you're too dumb to operate it.
It's true.
Your character, I meant.
I did. I mean, like, if I were playing this like in my own game, like for real, I would definitely just like be walking around these areas methodically and like talking to every person, picking up every quest.
Yeah.
So this is maybe a little bit of that where I like, oh, I wonder what this guy's story is.
Fancy dust? Do the tubes get in your way?
I think that's what reminded me that I should maybe change my
You
armor.
mean Zoe?
Mm.
Yeah,
It's got all those
pretty close.
tubes hanging around.
Yeah.
I'd like her to go loping off.
Loping.
Oh, fake out. Oh, Joe.
Well, I kind of was curious about like what some of the side quest stuff is in here because like what we've been doing very much just like this is critical path stuff in this,
Yeah.
in this playthrough.
You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
But I do like the idea of just doing other things around there, and I did some more of that in that last the last video where I did part of a character's loyalty quest.
Obsessed with the cereal. Masked marketeer.
Maybe you haven't played enough to speak to this, but does it seem like mainline characters who join you for a quest or whatever or are around for a battle, does it seem like they'll get killed on accident, like by the enemy? If you're not killing them, they can still die?
They don't die permanently.
But they'll get knocked out in a fight?
Yeah, exactly.
But if you attack them, they'll die.
I don't think they were. I mean, I think once they join you as a party member, I don't think they die.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So like let's say in that situation where I walked into the room with Reed Thompson, if I had just pulled out a machine gun before that conversation started and just shot everyone, maybe it would have let Parvati die in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
But once she joins up, then it's, she's sort of got cone of protection.
Sure.
I look like a pretty cool dude.
Your character's shaping up. Be a well-rounded cudgeler.
I'm kind of sad that this sword was objectively like
better.
Yeah, it was stronger because I
Yeah.
really like that cudgel.
Yeah.
So you're just going to let that rooster go, huh?
I think I didn't see the rooster on my first time through it.
Do you know if there are distinct stats for your proficiency with blades versus blunt weapons?
There aren't. It's
all just melee?
It's not all melee. It's one-handed melee and two-handed melee.
Okay.
So there is a division that way. It's sort of like light and heavy weapons. So what I've been like a sword is a light weapon. I think my cudgel is probably a heavy melee.
Oh yeah. The heaviest. I like all the environments I've seen in this game so far.
Yeah,
and truffula trees. That's cool.
Show me the Lorax so I can cudgel him.
I always wanted to poke around in here.
Are there acrobatics skills? Like jumping? Like, could you have a super acrobatic skill and just jump over this fence? Is my question.
I don't think so.
I understand. It's not your fault, Joe. I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad.
I did love that in Oblivion though. where you could get a super high acrobatic skill, and then
Just by jumping everywhere, like the absolute best way to play that game was just jumping
Yep.
from destination to destination.
and
That
then there
was
were
so stupid.
Then there were those special boots you could get that had like a ridiculous jump boost. Also,
Oh, the one where the guy falls into view.
Yeah.
And splats.
Yeah, that was Morrowind, I think.
Oh, that's Morrowind. Yeah, you're right.
Iconic though.
no, this in Oblivion, they're the ones that you get. I think it's like a Thieves Guild mission or something, where you're supposed to wear them and then like survive this really long fall, but then they break after the fall. But you can like not wear them and survive other ways, so then you just get to keep these boots that give you like crazy bounce hops all over the place.
Sweet.
Yeah, I like that.
That's cool. I also in Skyrim would just do illusion spells running from place to place, which I felt more was like, yeah, I'm practicing my spells versus I'm just jumping everywhere so I get good at jumping.
Or crouching behind the merchant all day long.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, Outer Worlds does not have a skill system like that where it's the more you do something, the better you get at it. It's strictly like you level up, you get points, and you invest them.
Right.
I think we talked about this a little in the last video too, but I like the way that they have it set up for you to find a playstyle that you like, because you basically have different skills. Like, for instance, I don't remember the exact name of the category, but like one-handed and two-handed melee are under, like, let's say strength. So if you just invest points in strength, like you invest 1 point in strength, you get a point in both one-handed and two-handed melee. So that that 1 point actually goes to like every skill within that category.
Right.
So you get better at it up until a certain threshold. I think it's until you have like 50 points. And then you start investing those points in skills individually rather than sort of as a category. So it's a way, I like the way it lets you sort of shortcut to see what the different kinds of things entail. And then when you find what you like, you can sort of fine tune your expertise in it.
Yeah. Do you know about respecking? Is that something you can do? You don't have to know.
I feel like
It's not your job or anything.
I feel like we asked that question on the cover trip and that you can, but I cannot say for sure.
Okay.
That was like back in January. That was a while ago. So this is kind of what I was talking about with the stealth stuff, right? Like, I want to just go up behind this guy, do a charge up attack, and just knock him out.
But you're too scared.
But well, yeah, I'm scared. Is really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I just sat there and waited to get detected. But
Yeah.
That's a way
Again,
of
playing a
doing it.
dumb character.
Yeah.
Role playing.
there we go.
Commitment.
Another thing I'm not using very much, to be honest, I just don't know for sure how it works, is that tactical time dilation. Like, I know how it works with
Guns.
guns. It feels like VATS. But with melee, I wasn't quite sure how that, like, the best way to use it. So I don't...
Or what the point of it would be.
Yeah, so I'm not using it very much. But that's another feature of this game that you're not seeing very much here that I'm very excited about. Sort of the VATS equivalent.
Would it let you sprint toward an enemy to get within range for melee?
Yeah, I suppose it would.
Thank you.
Or dodge slower projectiles. Perhaps.
Yeah, I get...
Wow, he's not... Okay, he's tracking her. I was like, he's really doing a poor job of being him.
Yeah, that's a bad mechanical sentry. No, yeah, Jeff, that's a good point. I bet you could do tactical time dilation and then run up to someone.
Or run away.
Or even run behind him.
Or yeah, I
Get
mean,
a
like
critical.
what I was just doing now, like trying to dodge fire. I bet that's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. Because it's this... I know that it drains slower, like it drains faster if you're actively attacking. But for things like movement, I think it drains slower, so you get a little more leeway out, or a little more juice out of it that way. So I keep
Where's the
hearing
juice?
I keep hearing someone say something here, and I'm not quite sure. Yeah, some guy named Higgins. You're not real. And I was looking around, I couldn't find the guy. So I'm looking forward to seeing what his deal is when the game comes out.
He's not real. It turns out. Ironic, isn't it?
like,
Yeah, you must be just hearing him through that wall or
yeah.
something.
I mean, I want to find him. I want to chop him up, but
Yeah, sounds like your next victim.
instead I find more robots.
You're liable to get scalded.
Robots.
Stealth gameplay. I do miss the cudgel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have a way to upgrade the cudgel if you wanted to stick with it? Or would you have to find a new cudgel?
You might have to find a new cudgel. I don't think that you can. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Oh. And the cudgel might be more effective against these guys, judging by that tooltip there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure how the whole like inventory system works or upgrades like that.
Okay.
I would think that you would not just want the same weapon upgraded to take you through the whole game.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
wouldn't want it to
if
be
you
that way.
find something you really like, you should be able to like help keep it current.
Yeah. I mean, I'd at least buying things from the shop, buying a specific weapon type or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so at this point I was like,
Scared.
well, I'm getting worried that my playtime timer is getting low and I wanted to get to the end of whatever this was, so I'm just kind of booking it.
You've been able to get out of a number of situations that way. When you got into this area, you just walked right in the building.
Okay, so this is the point where we need to choose
Excuse me, ma'am.
whether we do it from
Look, I know you want your
who we
power
take the
later,
power from
Right.
here
I
at the
just gotta
plant. So
ask
this is where they stop me.
Can you say if it was cool or not?
No, I mean, like, they wouldn't let me do it.
Oh.
So this is where they were like, well, you can't do this part. You can't record it. And I was like, well, can I still play for a little bit? And they said, sure, you have a few minutes. So then I went back to that town and chopped everyone up.
Which was cool.
Which, I mean, was what you'd expect.
Okay.
They really edged you here. It seems unfair.
Hate that.
So, but yeah, I
Denial.
mean, that's my time with, this is I should have said at the beginning, this is basically the beginning of the game. It's not like right at character creation. It's a few minutes past that stuff, but you pretty much saw like from the first major combat encounter was that thing that we saw with Lieutenant Mercer.
The ultimate betrayal.
And yeah, when I just cudgeled them from behind and leveled up to level 2.
Cool.
So
Cool.
yeah,
Excellent. Well, thanks for doing that, Joe.
October
Yeah.
25th, you said?
yeah, that's it. And it's on PS4, Xbox 360, or Xbox.
Yeah, it's new. It's fine. It takes some getting used
Again,
to.
that commitment to that character, Joe. Very cool.
I'll cudgel you later.
And PC.
NPC.
I'm
right.
very excited.
Me too. Bye. Well, that episode was just okay. What are you going to do? Subscribe to Game Informer on YouTube for new episodes of New Gameplay Today every week, covering brand new releases and previews of upcoming games too. You have my promise that at least one of them will be good.